So hello everyone, good afternoon. How are you all? So guys, here we are again back with the 25 questions which are most important questions for both SSC and RRB examinations. So yes, let's see what kind of questions are framed here and what will be our final score today. So we have Utkarsh here, we have Harry here. So let's start with the first question. The question is, according to the Archimedes principle, what physical quantity is equal to the buoyant force exerted on an object submerged in a liquid? So option number A is mass of an object. Option number B is total volume of the fluid container. Option number C is weight of the fluid displaced, or is it option number D, that is density of the submerged object? So we have discussed about a story in the past class. You remember? Archimedes once sat in a tub, and once he sat in that tub, the water actually displaced there. And what was the total amount of water? So that was equal to the weight of the Archimedes. So here we have four options, and that's not linked with the density. Who is he? Harry, sorry for this, but this time the answer will be weight of the displaced fluid. So what is the answer? The correct answer will be option number C here. Okay, so I have to explain you a little bit here. So any object fully or partially submerged in fluid experiences an upward buoyant force which is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by it. So that's why option number C was the correct answer. So what is the flotation rule? So an object floats if the upward buoyant force is equal to or greater than its gravitational weight, and that's used in designing the submarines, ships, hydrometers and lactometers. What is the role of lactometer? So lactometers are used for finding the purity of the milk. Got it? So this was the first question. It's totally okay, Harry. So in the examination you won't be wrong. So this was linked with the buoyancy and this is clear. Next. Which of the Kepler's laws of planetary motion states that a line segment joining a planet and the sun sweeps out equal areas during equal intervals of time? So you have four options. Is it the second law? Is it the first law? Is it the third law? Or is it law of universal gravitation? So I'll explain you all the four options here. So we have Ashish Kumar who is going with A. That's great. Utkarsh is also going with A. And Harry is going with C this time. C. Uh, Kepler actually gave three laws. The first law is actually stating that all the planets are they are doing revolution around the sun, and that revolution is done in the elliptical path. Correct. But where is sun located? Is it in the center? No. Sun is present at one of its foci. That's according to the first law of Kepler. What is the second law? So yes, second law is known as the law of areas. That question was asked. So what was it? So the line segment that is joining the planet and the sun, it sweeps equal areas in equal intervals of time. So here option number A, that is Kepler's second law, law of equal areas, will be the correct answer. And what about the third law? So third law states that the square of the time period is proportional to the cube of semi-major axis. So this was the third law. So there are only three laws of the Kepler. The fourth option that was given here was the law of universal gravitation. So law of universal gravitation was given by Sir Isaac Newton, and here we get the formula, that is force is equal to G m1 m2 upon r square, where force is directly proportional to the product of the masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. That's great. Okay, so Harry, that's perfect that you're saying. So here the correct answer was the option number A. What about aerial velocity constant? So the planet moves fastest at the perihelion when it is closest to the sun, and it is the slowest at aphelion when it is farthest from the sun. And if I link it with the geography section, so when it is near to the sun, at that time you'll find the summer season, and when it is far away from the sun, at that time we observe winter season, right? Okay, so that's done. Next question is, which necessary inward force acts continuously on a body moving along a circular path to maintain uniform circular motion? So is it centrifugal force? Is it gravitational torque? Is it centripetal force, or is it viscous drag force? So you have four options. Answer please. So Utkarsh is going with B. Mr. Ashish Kumar is going with A. So Ashish, you are comfortable in English, right? So it's good to see you here. Ashish, Utkarsh, Harry, and be regular here. And guys, these same sessions will be helpful for the RRB JEE and SSC JEE. The same sessions will be helpful for CGL, CHSL, and also the same sessions will be helpful for ALP, Group D, and NTPC as well. Fine, even the technician. Okay, Ashish, that's great. Okay, so whenever we are talking about the force which is acting inwards, so that force is centripetal force. But if a force is acting outwards, that is centrifugal force. So I need to write few important things here. Obviously, the correct answer is centripetal force since it is talking about the force that is inward force. So answer is B, no doubt about it. But, acha, you're from English medium. Okay, Ashish, fine. Acha, so can you please give me some of the examples from centrifugal force? So some of the examples here, it can be the washing machine. Washing machine is one of the example here because whenever we talk about the dryers of the washing machine, so here the force that is acting here, it's the outwards. So yes, water tends to move outwards, but apart from this, you can even take the examples of the bike when you are riding on a highway. So when you tilt your bike, actually that centripetal force is even that is acting inwards, but the force that is trying to balance it, that is the force that is acting outwards. That's the centrifugal force. So yes, this question is asked in the examination, so you must remember this. But here the correct answer was centripetal force. I guess this section is clear. So the real force directed radially inwards towards the center, that's the centripetal force. And here its formula is given here. Next, so gravitational pull on the planets, tension in a world string, and the banking of the roads. They all are the examples of centripetal force. Next, when white light passes through a glass triangular prism, which color of the light undergoes the maximum angle of deviation? So we know about the wavelength, we know about the scattering, but this might create confusion. Let me check who can give the correct answer here. So will it be Ashish, Utkarsh or Harry? So the first person to answer this is Utkarsh here, and Utkarsh, you are 100% correct, brother. This time the correct answer will be violet light. Yes, I need to explain it here, so I'll just give the explanation. So violet color deviates the most and red color deviates the least. But there are few other points. Let me write Vibgyor here. Vibgyor, where V stands for violet, I stands for indigo, B stands for blue, G stands for green, Y stands for yellow, O for orange, and R for red. So guys, when you move towards red from violet, so you will find that wavelength is increasing and the wavelength for the red color is maximum. But when you move from red color towards the violet, here scattering increases and hence scattering is maximum for the violet. But if I talk about the deviation, so again, deviation is also maximum for the violet. But I have one more question for you. Guys, this question was asked in RRB JEE previously. So please tell me, out of these seven colors, which has maximum energy? So is it violet, indigo, blue, green, orange, yellow or red? So yes, you must remember one more thing. Energy for violet color is maximum. So violet color, scattering or the deviation, that's maximum for the violet color, and that's very important question, especially for the railways examination, because in the SSC examination there are total 25 questions, out of which 3 to 5 questions will be there from the science. But in the railways examinations, science plays a significant role, whether it is ALP, whether it is JE. So yes, these are very important questions. And one more thing, guys, if you are not taking these PDFs, please take it. And where you'll get this PDF? So you can get these PDFs from the Telegram channel, or also you can get this PDF from the Oliveboard's website. I'll just show you where you'll get these PDFs. So this is my channel, and on this channel, after every session, this was the 8th set that we have taken in the past class, I have shared this PDF. Before this was the 7th session. All the PDFs and all the sessions link you will find here. And also, if you want to discuss any of the doubts, we have this channel that is discussion with Deepani sir. You can even ask your doubts there. And if you want to give the test on the Oliveboard's website, you can just click on the Oliveboard, click here, and on the Oliveboard you can even give the live test and all. So on the dashboard you will find a link here for the test and PYPs. So here you can even give the test topic wise. Just click on your examination, whether it is CGL, whether it is railways, JE, whatsoever examination is there. Just click on that and you can start giving your examinations there. Fine. So these are the tests which are present here. So past, live test, CBT test, every test is present here. Next. So what about next question? Okay. So the next question is, which physical property of the liquids causes falling raindrops to assume a spherical geometry to minimize the surface area? And this is one of the easiest question. So is it kinetic viscosity? Is it thermal conductivity? Is it surface tension? Or is it capillary pressure? So you have four options here. So if someone asks you about the clinging of the hairs in the shaving brush, or the question is asked from this part, the answer will be surface tension. So here everyone who is going with C, that is surface tension, you are absolutely correct. See, tensile force acting per unit length along the free liquid surface behaving like a stretched elastic membrane, and that's used for minimizing the area. So for a given volume, a sphere possesses the minimum surface area, pulling the liquid droplets into the spherical shape. So yes, it is also responsible for the capillary action. So you can discuss about the raising of the oil in a wick, right? Or you can just take the example while doing puja. So whenever you fill diya with the ghee, you might have seen that the wick that is made up of cotton, so the ghee actually rises there. That's again because of the same concept. So all these things are linked with one another. Next, which fundamental law of physics states that an EMF is induced in a closed loop circuit whenever the magnetic flux linking it changes with the time? So is it Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction? Is it Coulomb's inverse squared law? Is it Ampere's circuital law? Or is it Joule's heating law? So you have four options. Let me check. Harry is the first one to answer this. Then we have Utkarsh who is going with option number A. Harry is also going with option number A. Fine. Ashish, I guess you can easily answer this. So the correct answer is option number A only, and that is Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So yes guys, option number A is correct answer. But what about Joule's law of heating effect? This question was asked previously, so I need to mention it here only. So according to the Joule's law of heating effect, you must remember this formula that heat is directly proportional to the square of current. So H is equal to I square RT. That is the current, resistance and the temperature. So you must remember this particular formula. It's from the Joule's law of heating effect. And last year in the group D examination, there was a numerical which was asked from this part. Fine. Okay. So yes, numericals are important for group D and ALP both. Next. So Faraday's first law, change in magnetic flux linked with a coil induces an electromotive force in the circuit. Faraday's second law, magnitude of induced EMF is directly proportional to the time rate of change of magnetic flux. Forms of working foundation of the electric generators, transformers and induction cooktops. Next, what is the minimum escape velocity that is required for a projectile launched from the Earth's surface to overcome terrestrial gravitational attraction? So you have four options here. Tell me what should be the correct answer. Here, Utkarsh is going with B. So Utkarsh is the first one to answer this. What about Harry and Ashish? And all the other candidates who are present in the class, please answer here. Okay, guys, you all are correct. The answer is 11.2 kilometer per second. That's correct for the case of Earth. What about Moon? So guys, as we know that the mass of Moon is lesser, right? Since mass of Moon is lesser, so here G's value is also lesser. Do you know how do we calculate the value of G? So it's calculated by this particular formula. Are you aware of this? So G's value is calculated using this particular formula. You must remember this formula. The G's value for the Earth is, the value of G is 9.8 meter per second square. And for the case of Moon, the value is 1/6. That is 1 by 6th of 9.8 meter per second square. So guys, yes, escape velocity also varies for the Moon, and for the Moon, that value is of 2.4 kilometer per second. So the value for the Moon will be lesser. You need to remember this value. No doubt this is important, but this is also important. Is it okay? Fine. Great. So next. So here these are the details. So how we can, what is the formula? So that is escape velocity is equal to root 2 gr. SK velocity for the Earth is 11.2 km per second, and the orbital velocity is 7.9 km per second. And this value was given by Utkarsh. So Utkarsh, that's great, man. So Utkarsh, Harry, and Ashish, you all are correct. What about next question? In the electromagnetic wave spectrum, which region has the highest photon frequency and the shortest wavelength? So this is the combination of two different questions. So yes, questions can be directly asked which of the following has the shortest wavelength, or it can be asked which has the highest photon frequency. So what about the sequence order? There we had the sequence order, it is Vibgyor. What about it? So here we have the sequence order, that is GXU VIMR. Okay, so gamma ray, X-ray, ultraviolet, visible, infrared, microwave, and radio wave. In the electromagnetic wave spectrum, which region has the highest photon frequency and the shortest wavelength? So what is it? A? Perfect. No, 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 no. Guys, radio waves has the largest wavelength, right? So Ashish, Harry, you are going with A. Uh, Still, who is he? Utkarsh. Utkarsh, can you please answer this? I just want to listen this from you. Because I doubt how you people can be wrong. And Ashish, you cannot be wrong. Harry, you cannot be wrong. You're breaking my trust today. Okay, fine. So guys, here the sequence order is GXUVIMR, right? So gamma rays is the one that has the least wavelength. And it's okay, man. It's okay. No worries. So Utkarsh, Harry, and Ashish, this is for you all. It happens, but I am giving you the trick, and this trick will be helpful always. Okay. So for understanding this trick, I want to listen from you people. Guys, tell me one thing. If I'll write Vibgyor, just tell me the color which has the highest wavelength. So what you will say? You will say, sir, it's the red color which has the highest wavelength, right? Red color has the highest wavelength, correct? Now, according to my trick, again I'll write GXUVIMR, right? Guys, this time it's not the red color, but R stands for red also and for radio also. So with the same trick, just remember this. Everything will be sorted. Everything will be sorted. So again, R has the highest. Yes, that was the trick. So no worries, Ashish. It's totally okay. So if you'll just give 20 to 30 minutes daily on this session, now everything will be clear up again. So no worries. I know about your talent. You have been there at Adda, right? Okay. So guys, R that stands for the same. So R here is radio wave basically, and here R stands for red color. But both have the maximum wavelength. So obviously here G will have the minimum one, and here violet color has the minimum one. This was the trick. I guess it is okay. Next. So this trick is revealed now. We can proceed further. Yeah. So gamma rays possesses the highest frequency, highest photon energy, but the shortest wavelength. Correct? So it is produced during the radioactive decay and nuclear reactions. It possesses the highest penetrating power. If I talk about the radio waves, so they have the longest wavelength and lowest frequency in the EM spectrum. So these are the gamma rays, so highest frequency and energy. Next. What is the chemical formula and systematic name of the household washing soda that's used in water softening? So guys, what is hard water? So hard water is also the normal water. Yes, it has the dissolved salts of calcium and magnesium. So since we're talking about those calcium and magnesium ion, can we link it with these options? Yes. So here, guys, acha. So it was talking about the chemical formula for the washing soda, right? So washing soda without any bi, so that's sodium carbonate. So Na2CO3.10H2O. So where is it? So it's here. That is option number A will be the correct answer, right? So Utkarsh and Ashish, both of you are correct. Washing soda's chemical formula is Na2CO3.NH2O. It contains 10 molecules of water crystallization per formula unit. So guys, this was the point in the RRBJ last year. So it is used in the glass, soap and paper industries and for removing the permanent hardness of the water. Next is this. The plaster of Paris is chemically prepared by heating gypsum at 373 Kelvin. What is the chemical formula for the plaster of Paris? So we have discussed about the temperature in the last class, right? So yes, at 373 Kelvin, gypsum gets converted into the plaster of Paris. What is the formula for the gypsum? So it's CaSO4 dot 2H2O. But what about plaster of Paris? So it's not dot 2H2O, it's half H2O. So here option number C, that is CaSO4 dot half H2O is correct. Utkarsh, Ashish and Harry, you all are correct guys. Perfect. Next. So that's the formula for the plaster of Paris and how it is converted. So heating of gypsum, that is CaSO4.2H2O at 100 degrees centigrade will give you plaster of Paris. So it sets into the hard mass upon mixing it with the water, that's used for setting the fractured bones and statues and also for making those designs nearby your fan on your roofs, right? On your ceilings basically. Next. Which chemical compound is produced by passing dry chlorine gas over slaked lime and is used as water disinfectant? Guys, this question is twisted, but last year in RRB JEE CBT1, the question was asked, which of the following reactions is linked with the formation of uh, bleaching powder? So I guess now you can give this answer. So Harry is going with C, but Utkarsh is going with B. Guys, what about others? Can you please give the answer of this question? What should be the correct answer for the same? Call calcium oxychloride. What will be the correct answer? So Ashish is going with B. Okay. Others? Okay. So we have two of the candidates who are going with B. One is going with C. So guys, that's CaOCl2, that is bleaching powder. And here's the reaction that is given. So chemically it's known as calcium oxychloride, and here's the reaction, that is calcium hydroxide. When it is reacted with the chlorine, it forms CaOCl2, that's the bleaching powder, right? So it releases the chlorine gas which acts as a strong oxidizing agent for bleaching textiles and sterilizing the drinking water, right? So what is the answer? The correct answer was option number B. Next. What constant value represents the exact number of elemental units contained in exactly 1 mole of any pure substance? So in the physics, there are 7 fundamental quantities, right? So out of those 7 fundamental quantities, one is amount of substance. What is the unit for the same? That is 1 mole. And that 1 mole is equal to the Avogadro number, and that Avogadro number is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. All of you are going with D? That's correct. So it's 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 and it's denoted by Na. So Avogadro constant, that is Na, it is defined as the 6.022 into 10 to the 23 particles, right? Okay. What about next question? The next one is, which protective process forms a thick corrosion resistant oxide layer on aluminum metal surface via electrolysis? Is it anodizing, galvanization, smelting or vulcanization? If iron is getting rusted, in order to prevent iron from rusting, we can go for oiling, we can go for greasing, we can also go for galvanization, where we are using the coating of zinc. But will galvanization be answer here? No. So this time Utkarsh and Ashish, sorry to say, but guys, this time you are wrong. See, it's not talking about iron. Just have a look at the equation. Which protective process forms a thick corrosion resistant oxide layer on the aluminium metal? And for the aluminium, it's not galvanization, it's anodizing. Ashish, perfect. That's the anodizing process. So anodizing, that means option number A will be correct answer here. And vulcanization is linked with the rubber. So where we use sulfur. So here anodizing is the correct answer. So electrochemical process that converts aluminum surface into a decorative durable corrosion resistant, that is aluminum oxide. So aluminum particles act as a anode during the electrolysis using dilute sulfuric acid electrolyte. The oxide layer can be dyed in various colors for cookware and architectural fittings. So what is the answer? Anodizing. Perfect. Next. Permanent hardness of the water that cannot be removed by simple boiling is caused by dissolved salts of which chemical ions? Guys, we have discussed about it. What is hardness? So hardness of the water is linked with the dissolved salts of calcium and magnesium. Everything is in front of you. Let me see who is going to give the correct answer first. Will it be Harry, Utkarsh or Ashish? And all the candidates who are present in the class, they are requested to like this video and subscribe our channel so that you can join these sessions daily. You will get the notification at sharp 12. I'll start the sessions sharp at 12 and daily we'll discuss 25 questions from science, and these questions will be the most expected ones, and also it will include the previous year questions of RRBJ, ALP, NTPC technician, and also they'll include the questions of PYQs from CGL, then SSCJ, and also CHSN. Okay, so here the option number C is the correct answer. So that is the calcium, magnesium chlorides and sulfates. Correct. So these are the dissolved salts of calcium and magnesium. So calcium chloride and magnesium sulfate, that is the permanent hardness. It's caused by the soluble chlorides and sulfates of calcium and magnesium. Correct. So it cannot be removed by simple boiling. It requires the treatments with the washing soda. We have discussed this already. Or ion exchange resins. Temporary hardness, that's caused by the bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium, which precipitate out on boiling. Next. What type of chemical solution is formed when an inorganic salt formed from a strong acid and weak base dissolves in pure water? So is it neutral solution, acidic solution, alkaline solution or saturated hydrocarbon? You have four options. So Ashish is saying, so that theory revision, that will be more than sufficient. No need to study anything apart from that, because Ashish, my teaching experience, I have given the data which was only and only relevant with that examination. So no need to study anything else. Those notes will be sufficient. If you have those notes, that's great. If you don't have them, just ping me at the Telegram. I'll help you out. Okay, so Ashish is going with option number B. Others, guys, what do you think? So it is talking about the what type of chemical solution is formed when the inorganic salt formed from a strong acid and weak base dissolves in the pure water. So that will be the acidic solution, which will have the pH value lesser than 7. So option number B is the correct answer here. So it undergoes a cationic hydrolysis in the water to yield an acidic solution where pH value will be lesser than 7. So example can be aluminum chloride, which is formed from HCl, and ammonium hydroxide. So strong base and weak acid salt produces an alkaline solution where the pH value will be greater than 7. Fine. Okay. Next. What hybrid chemical hybridization and geometry are exhibited by the carbon atoms in a diamond crystal lattice? So this is how CGL asks you the question. So in the SSC CGL, the question will be basic, but it will be framed in a way that it seems like it's of 11th or 12th standard. So you can just link it with your 10th level basics and you will get your answer. So first of all, please now try to answer this. Acha, okay. So for the revision, Ashish, I'll just say, just revise it from there, and for the questions, you can just practice here. And even if you have any other doubts apart from these sessions or from the notes, also then you can ask there on the Telegram. Fine. So, but start studying, please. So, guys, please answer here. What should be the correct answer? So, as we know, uh, diamond has the tetrahedral structure and graphite has hexagonal structure. What about the third allotrope of the carbon? The third allotrope of the carbon is Buckminster fullerene, where it has cage-like structure, right? So that is the football-like structure. So in this case, linear structure, hexagonal, square. So if I'm not aware of the hybridization, I can just link it with the tetrahedral lattice also. And here, option number D is the correct answer. So that's why revision is important. So what is the answer? This time, D is the perfect answer. So each carbon atom in sp3 hybridized and covalently bonded to four neighboring carbon atoms in 3D. So rigid 3D frameworks makes diamond the hardest natural substance, and its structure is tetrahedral. It lacks free mobile electrons, which makes it an electrical insulator with high thermal conductivity. That is, it is a bad conductor of electricity, but graphite is actually a good conductor of electricity. Although graphite is a non-metal, but still it's a good conductor of electricity. So that's an exceptional case that is asked in the examination. Next. Which non-membrane bound cell organelle is universally responsible for translating genetic code into protein synthesis? Again, this question is from the CGL's PYQs here. Guys, as we know, the which of the following cell organelle is known as protein factory? Just tell me. That is ribosome. Why? So it's obvious that ribosomes are helpful in the protein synthesis. Since ribosomes are helpful in the protein synthesis, we can say that ribosomes are protein factories. Yes, so from this protein factory we can link it with ribosome, but also remember the first part of the question. This is the only cell organelle where there is no such membrane. Otherwise, in the chloroplast, you will find membrane. Two membranes are there: inner membrane, outer membrane. Similarly, in the mitochondrial so membrane you will find. So membranes are found in almost all the organelles, but it's absent in the ribosome. Ribosomes are present in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic, so that I mentioned here in the explanation. See, so in the prokaryotes there are 70s ribosomes, and in the eukaryotes there are 80s ribosomes in the cytoplasm. So that's all. So ribosome is also known as protein factory. Next, in which specific substructure inside the plant chloroplast do the light dependent reactions of photosynthesis takes place? Is it stroma, thylakoid, outer chloroplast membrane, or is it mitochondrial cristae? So you have four options. What should be the correct answer? Harry, you were correct with A. Utkarsh is going with C. Okay, fine. So here the correct answer will be thylakoid disc. That is option number C will be the correct answer. So it occurs in the membrane disc stacks which are known as thylakoids or grana that contains the chlorophyll pigment. So these are the thyroid discs that I was talking about. So it absorbs the solar light energy to split water which produces the ADP, that is adenosine triphosphate, NADPH and O2 gas. Dark reactions, that is Calvin cycle, occurs in the fluid filled stroma to synthesize the glucose. So these points of the explanations are also important. Once I'll share this PDF in next 10 minutes, I'll just end up the session. I'll just share this PDF. Do not miss any of the point in the explanation. Each and every point in the explanation is very important. Next, which specialized neuromuscular node in the right atrium acts as the natural pacemaker of the human heart? So normally we know that our heart pumps the blood, right? And what is the quantity? So the quantity of the blood is 5.5 liters. 5 to 5.5 liters of the blood is pumped in a single minute. And what is the total count of the beats? That on an average that's 72 beats per minute. Okay, so here, which is that natural pacemaker that is controlling the speed by which the blood will be circulated? That will be sinoatrial node, or in the examination you'll find it as a SA node. So sinoatrial node, that is option number B is the correct answer. So just see, that is a natural heart pacemaker. So natural cardiac pacemaker is located in the upper wall of the right atrium, spontaneously generates rhythmic electrical impulses, that is 70 to 75 beats per minute, which causes atrial and ventricular contraction. Artificial pacemakers implanted when SA node fails to function properly. When sinoatrial node doesn't function properly, then artificial means is used, and there we use artificial pacemakers. Next, what is the microscopic structural and functional filtering unit of the human kidney? Is it neuron, alveolus, hepatic lobule, or is it nephron? Utkarsh was going with C. Ashish was going with C. So guys, here, what do you think is the correct answer? Harry thinks the answer will be A, neuron. So see, here it's very common that we know we are talking about kidney and we think that this is nephron. This is not nephron. It's neuron. Neurons are linked with the brain, or we can talk about the central nervous system where informations are carried forward. So here, Ashish, now you are correct, guys. Here, nephron will be the correct answer. So in the examination, whenever you feel like that A option is going to be correct, please check other options too. So it happens. It's very common. It's very natural. And I know everyone is aware of this answer, but since their names are same, that's why confusion is there. So it happens in the examination too. That's why I kept it here. Do not worry, in the examination you will 100% be correct. But here the correct answer was nephron. Next. Okay, so what is the correct answer? The correct answer is nephron. Next. So nephron is the functional microscopic unit of the kidney. It consists of glomerulus, Bowman's capsule, DCT, and loop of Henle. It performs the ultrafiltration, where that's done in the glomerulus part, selective reabsorption, and secretion to form urine. Okay, that's nephron. Which nutritional deficiency disorder affects retinal rod cells and it causes difficulty seeing in the dim light or night? Guys, it is looking typical, but it's not. It's talking about night blindness, right? So what is the chemical name of vitamin A? Utkarsh, you are 100% correct. So the chemical name of vitamin A is retinol. What is it? The chemical name of vitamin A is retinol. And we have discussed this earlier. Retin term is derived from retina. So the deficiency of vitamin A leads to night blindness, or we can say it's uh, nyctalopia. That's vitamin A's deficiency disease. So yes, if I want vitamin A, what I can have? I can have carrot, I can have spinaches, right? Okay, so here option number A is the correct answer. Vitamin B1's deficiency leads to beriberi. Vitamin C's deficiency leads to scurvy. We are bleeding from the gums is there. And vitamin K's deficiency leads to delay in blood clotting. Okay, all the four questions are discussed. So vitamin A, retinol was the correct answer. Next we have, which plant hormone produced in glowing shoot tips promotes cell elongation and causes plants bend towards the light? And the perfect example will be sunflower. Okay, so is it AVA, that is abscisic acid? No, because it promotes dormancy. Will it be gibberellin? Again, no. Yes, it helps in breaking the dormancy, but that's not the answer. Here the answer will be auxin, that is indole 3 acetic acid, right? What is the answer? This time no one was correct. Okay, no worries. So this time the correct answer was option number C. What is it? That is auxin. And more about it. So that's a plant growth regulator that is synthesized at shoots and the root tips. What is phototropism? So the auxins migrate through the shaded side of the shoot, accelerating cell elongation on that side, causing the shoot to bend towards the sunlight. And it also promotes the apical dominance in root initiation. Next, which digestive fluid produced by the liver and stored in the gallbladder emulsifies large fat globules into small micelles? Emulsification of the fats. So guys, we know that bile juice is secreted in the liver and stored in the gallbladder. So Utkarsh, Harry and Ashish, salute guys. Here the correct answer will be option number B, that is bile juice, right? Perfect. So that's secreted in the liver and the hepatic cells basically, right? So the liver study is known as hepatology. Okay, so this is done. Which category of the blood cells acts as the primary defensive system against foreign bacterial and viral pathogens? So is it erythrocytes, blood platelets, plasma protein, or is it white blood cells? So RBCs, they are helpful in the oxygen transportation. Blood platelets, they are helping in the blood's clotting. Its count is approx 1.5 to 4 lakhs. White blood cells, they are helping in the maintaining the immune system. So option number D is the correct answer. So leukocytes, nucleated defense cells in the immune system. Phagocytes, that is monocytes or neutrophils, they engulf pathogens via phagocytosis. Lymphocytes, that is B and T cells, they produce specific antibodies and cell immunity, and the normal count is approx 4,000 to 11,000 per millimeter cube of the blood. That's it. So these were the 24 questions. Now it's the time for the homework question, and I want this answer in the comment section. It's very easy. So Utkarsh, Harry, Ashish, I'll request you all to please answer this in the comment section. The homework question for you all is from the biology. The question is, which metabolic endocrine disorder marked by abnormal swelling of the thyroid gland in the neck is caused by dietary deficiency of iodine? So you have four options. Please let me know in the comment section how was the session and what will be its answer. So in the next class, that is tomorrow, again we'll discuss the most important 25 questions. So please join sharp at 12. And one more thing, please take these PDFs. I'll just share this PDF within next 2 minutes on your Oliveboard channel and also on the Telegram channel. So on the Oliveboard's website, I mean on the Oliveboard's application, and also in our Telegram channel at both the locations, you'll find this PDF within next 2 minutes. Fine. So thank you guys. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. We'll meet in the next class at 12, then sharp at 12. Till then, please take care, revise well, and all the very best for the examination. Take care, guys. Bye bye. Jai Hind.